everybody, and today I want to talk about talking on the phone. I am the worst person to talk on the phone. If I have to call anyone that I do not know, like say people, like if I get a bill and it's like something like is off with the bill, I have to call them and have to like, hey, why do I owe you guys this much? And I cannot talk on the phone worth crap. Like, it's, I don't know. I mess up, like, if I have to leave a voicemail, I, like, oh, hi, I'm Alicia Freeman, I'm calling for whatever. Please call me back. And sometimes I will forget to leave my number. So I had to call them again and be like, hey, this is Alicia. I called like a few minutes ago and yeah, I kind of forgot to leave my cell phone number. So here it is. And then I'll have to hang up and then I feel really stupid. And so when I'm like on the phone and I have to do that kind of stuff, my mom will have to sit there and coach me sometimes. She'll be like, I'll be sitting there, I'm like, hi, I'm Alicia Freeman, and I'll look at her, and she's like, I'm calling for, and I'm like, I'm calling for, and whatever I'm calling for, and then she's like, crap, she's like, and then she's like, your number, and I'm like, oh, and here's my number, and it's just like, I can't do it at all. So when it comes to calling someone, I cannot do it. I know, like, there's a lot of people that are similar in that way, like, they cannot talk on the phone worth crap, so they rather text or message someone on Facebook instead of, like, calling them and talk to them that way. Sometimes people can't talk in front of a camera. Like me, in the beginning, I wasn't all that comfortable talking in front of a camera, and I was like, so... But I kind of am used to it now, but not really. I'm like, it's kind of like, I don't really want to be in front of the camera, so I like shy away from it sometimes. But I've gotten a little used to it now. But like, if somebody wants to Skype me, I'm like, nope, sorry, we can't Skype, I don't want to talk, like, so I like talking to people face to face too, but I like texting and messaging people on Facebook. But talking to them on the phone or Skyping, I don't know, I just can't do it. And sometimes when I'm on the phone, with like my best friend, I'm like a chatterbox. I'll sit there and talk non-stop. And then when I run out of things to say to her, I'll just sit there completely silent. And me and her will be just on the phone, and she'll be talking with her family. I'll be listening into the conversation that she's having with her family. And I'm just sitting there doing whatever, listening to their conversation, and then I'll be like tired of listening to their talking, so I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll hang up. But like if it's somebody else, I cannot talk worth crap. I mess up all my words. I get so flustered. I'll be rambling like a freaking idiot, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like when I had to, like when I was working for my job before I quit. When I called in to be, like, if I was sick or something, I was scared to call in to be like, hey, I'm sick, I can't come in, because, like, there's one time I was super exhausted, I could not get out of bed for nothing. I was like, I can't go to work, because I can't go to work, tired, I was afraid that I might mess up, my brain was so in like sleep mode that it was like not happening. So I had to call in and pretend to be sick, and I hate that because it's just like it's like you're lazy, you don't want to get out of bed, and that's why you're doing that. But the thing is, I was stupid, and well, not stupid. I was helping my mom do newspaper. I sometimes help her do her job, and I was out doing papers with her the night before. And that, like, not the night before, but, like, it's always Sunday. And then, like, I'll have Sunday and then Monday to, like, recover. And then Tuesday I'll have probably work or something like that. But even though I had Monday to, like, recover and stuff like that, it still was taking a lot out on me. Because she works at night. And I don't know, after I went and helped her with the papers, I seemed like I could not get back my energy. And so I will wake up for work and I'm like, oh, I can't do this, so I have to call in and say I'm sick. Sometimes I got my ass out of bed and I went to work and I did okay, but sometimes I was just like, ugh, and I was so tired and I was like, I could not do anything. I felt unfunctional and I'm like, okay, I have to call in, and I could not do it, and I felt really sick to my stomach after I called in. I'm like, hey, I'm sick, I can't make it in. And one time I did that and she's like, oh, what do you have? And I'm like, the stomach flu. And she's like, well, you should be fine by tomorrow, because I called in the day before, and I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling well. And she's like, what do you have? And I'm like, the stomach flu. Stomach flu. And she's like, oh, you should be fine by tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. So I hung up and I'm like, I don't know. And then the next day I thought maybe I'll be okay to go into work, and I could not. I don't know, like, I get into, like, this slump where I cannot get out of bed at all, and I'm like, I can't do this, so I have to call in. And of course, I was normally a night shift person, but they wanted me early in the morning, and I'm like, come on. I'm like, I normally only work night shift, and you guys are moving me to morning shifts, and I'm not a morning person. I can tell you that I am not a morning person. So I have to call in sick because I'm too lazy to get out of bed, because I'm not a morning person. And I know they're stupid excuses, but a lot of people do this kind of stuff. Some people aren't morning person, and they rather work the night shift. And I was one of those people. I don't want to work mornings. I rather work night shifts. And so I was like, oh, I don't want to go into work. I'm sorry, I'm sick. And sometimes I was actually really sick, and I call in and I'm like, I'm not feeling good. I am throwing up and crapping out the other end. I'm like, I can't come in. And they're like, well, then you have to find someone to take your place. I'm like, well, I'm sorry that I'm shitting out the other end and fucking puking. Find somebody else to take my shift. I'm sorry. But, like, one time they caught me actually in a lie. I'm 100% sure, because when I told them that I had the stomach flu, they're like, well, bring a letter from a doctor, and of course, I didn't really have the stomach flu, so they caught me practically in a lie, but they didn't call me in and talk to me about it. So, but I know that they caught me in a lie there, and I felt really bad for that. I'm like, I hated it. I'm like, it sucks. Like, but, like, if I get a job and I have to work mornings, I'm gonna frickin' get up. Even if I'm exhausted, I'm gonna get my butt up and go to frickin' work, no matter what. If I love the job. And crap, there was something else I was gonna say, I can't remember now. And then I hate losing track what I'm saying. But, like, seriously, I cannot call someone for the life of me if it has to do with a bill, anything. Like, I'm horrible. I'm horrible. My mom has to practically coach me through everything. So when she's like, oh, Alicia, make sure you call this person, I'm like, okay. And then the next day she'll write me and she's like, hey, did you call this person? I'm like, yeah, I called them. And she's like, what did they say? And I'm like, okay, I didn't call them. And she's like, Alicia, you need to call them and tell them and da-da. And I'm like, I know, but I can't talk on the phone. I really want to be able to talk on the phone and like, yeah, this, and then, and it would be awesome. Shut up, phone. I have it on vibrate, but even when it vibrates, it catches it on the frickin' thing. And so when I'm watching the videos back to make sure that everything came out great, I can hear the vibrating, and I hear and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Anyway, so I cannot talk on the phone worth crap. I have to be coached through it from start to finish. And every time I get off the phone, my mom picks on me first. She's like, oh my god, what was that, Alicia? That was horrible. And I'm like, I know, I'm a horrible, horrible being. I can't talk on the freaking phone. But it's a good laugh at the end. My mom, she's like, I always have to coach you through these things. You need to learn how to do the stuff on your own. Because one day I'm not going to be here and you have to do it on your own. And I'm like, I know. I know. I don't know. But, like, I seriously suck about talking on the phone. And I suck at doing this, obviously. Can't even talk to a camera properly. Well, anyways, I don't care. Anyways, tell me if you guys have issues talking on the phone. I would love to know. So, comment down below if you have issues talking on the phone or Skyping or anything like that. This is the end of this video. If you like it, click that like button, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.